In order to fully get into character and sometimes to work up some nerve, performers will occasionally make decisions at work that the rest of us would get fired for even thinking about. Drinking, drugs, having an annoying voice. In cubicle life, that's a recipe for disaster. But living life on the big screen can be daunting, and sometimes it's not as glamorous as it looks. If you like what you're about to see, check out our YouTube channel for more of our videos. And stick around because we saved the best entry for last. These are 10 popular actors who made shocking decisions for their movies. And before we start, can you guess this movie from these emojis? Stay tuned for the answer at the end of our video. Jennifer Lawrence in Passengers. We can't blame Jennifer Lawrence for being apprehensive to do a sex scene with a married man, even if that man is Chris Pratt and the sex is 100% fake. Plus, Pratt's wife Anna Faris is in the biz too, so she gets it. We can't think of 3 more down-to-earth people. Nevertheless, Lawrence was still a bundle of nerves at the thought of being a potential homewrecker, so she got a little boozed up before shooting the scene. It worked. Nobody got divorced and the sky hasn't caved in. At least, not yet, anyway. Daniel Radcliffe in the Harry Potter franchise. Let's go all the way back to 2001, a time when Daniel Radcliffe was young, innocent, and hadn't yet appeared naked in front of hundreds of London theatergoers. Maturing in the spotlight ain't easy, and while kids used to have the luxury of growing up and making mistakes in front of a relatively small number of people, Radcliffe did not. The actor started to do what all teenagers do and discovered the joys of partying. And when his habit got out of hand, it resulted in him coming into work still tipsy from the night before. Radcliffe has since spoken publicly about his struggle and successful journey to recovery. Anna Kendrick and Olivia Wilde in Drinking Buddies. Some actors are really good at feigning drunkenness, and others not so much. But then there's a third category of people, those who don't even see the point in pretending. While filming Drinking Buddies, Anna Kendrick and Olivia Wilde lived in that third category. Every beer on screen is real, and so is the consumption. Writer and director Joe Swanberg set the movie in a brewery, and figured it would be downright wrong to let that much beer go to waste. While they weren't the only cast members to crush brewskis on set, they arguably had the most fun.
Welcome to Fight Club.
Brad Pitt and Edward Norton in Fight Club. Filming a movie involves long hours, hard work, and lots of manpower. Every production needs the opportunity to blow off steam. But one night while everyone was relaxing, Fight Club director David Fincher kept the camera rolling. Fans of the movie will recognize a scene where Edward Norton and Brad Pitt are hitting a couple of golf balls into the distance. But what's interesting is that this part of the movie was never in the screenplay. It was filmed by the director as the 2 actors were blowing off steam and having some drinks to end the day. They were drunk for real and repeating the lines Fincher was whispering to them off camera. Kevin Spacey in American Beauty. American Beauty is a movie about figuring out who you want to be. It follows the stories of one family and explores how our connections to each other can dissolve slowly. Kevin Spacey plays Lester, a man at a crossroads, and while his performance is powerful, it didn't start out that way. Director Sam Mendes said in an interview that the key ingredient in getting Spacey to embody Lester was to get him a little high. The director says that such a methodical and calculated approach toward the character just didn't work. And since Spacey is a details man, the only way to bridge the gap was with a joint. The joint he and Wes Bentley share is a real one, and since it slowed Spacey's brain down, Mendes argued that the movie is better because of it. Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford in Star Wars. The 70s were a time where you could throw a party and all kinds of different people would show up. The stars partied hard. And when Carrie Fisher was shooting Star Wars, so did she. The actress has talked about doing a full day of shooting only to turn around and party the night away. On one fateful evening, she found herself at the same party as the Rolling Stone. As she told it, Fisher called co-star Harrison Ford to get his ass to the party, so he did. The 2 actors spent the night drinking and stumbled into work the next day. They hadn't gotten any sleep the night before, so they were not in an ideal state. But somehow, they did it.
Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent.
Jesse Eisenberg in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Regardless of how you feel about the finished product, you can't deny that Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice is a full-blown media sensation. The movie incited some of the most intense, nerdy bickering the world has ever seen. And if you look at them closely, some of the complaints actually have nothing to do with the movie. While audiences have been divided about almost every element, there does seem to be a consensus when it comes to Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of Lex Luthor. On the conservative side, fans could say the performance was a surprise, but more vocal opponents have called it over the top and shrill. In a movie like BVS, obviously Luthor isn't the one to cheer for. So in that way, maybe he's perfect. Christian Bale in The Machinist. Christian Bale is a devoted guy. When he signs on to a movie, the filmmakers know he's going to be all in, and for his role in The Machinist, the actor wanted to drop a couple of pounds. As it turns out, modifying his diet to only include canned tuna and apples resulted in him losing more than a few inches off his waistline. Bale wanted to get himself down to 100 pounds, but since that could have killed him, the producers were having none of it and stopped him before it got to that point. The actor's next role after The Machinist was in Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins. He had to beef up quite a bit. And even though we know better, we like to imagine he did it by adhering to a strict diet of donuts and milkshakes. Charlize Theron in Monster. Charlize Theron has had a long Hollywood career full of interesting roles. The talented actress also happens to be one of the most beautiful humans on earth. So imagine everyone's surprise when she gained 30 pounds, bleached her eyebrows, and fried her hair to play serial killer Aileen Wuornos in 2003's Monster. Theron is unrecognizable in the movie, and gave a performance that earned her both the Golden Globe and Oscar for Best Actress in a Lead Role in 2004. Director Patty Jenkins has said that she needed someone who wasn't afraid to get gritty and emotional, and Theron definitely delivered. Margot Robbie in The Wolf of Wall Street. Margot Robbie is everywhere these days, but it wasn't so long ago that the actress was a total unknown. Hoping to be cast in the next Scorsese flick, her agents told her not to get too excited, saying she probably wouldn't get the part. Very supportive, guys. Great job. Robbie knew that if she was awarded the part, there was a chance she'd have to appear nude, but because her agents were so doubtful, she wasn't too worried. But then, she got the call that changed everything. When it came time to disrobe, the actress pounded a few shots of tequila to ease her anxiety. The director even offered to change the scene to something less revealing. But ever the trooper, Robbie insisted on playing it how it was written. Thanks for watching our video about popular actors who made shocking decisions for their movies. What do you think? Did we miss any of your favorites? And the answer to the movie emoji is... Did you get the right answer? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Screen Rant for more fun videos like this one.